Welcome to In Conversation With. My name is Rianet Whitehead, editor FAnews, and I have regular conversations with different people from all parts of the insurance and financial services industries about a variety of topics. Today I'm talking to Viresh Maharaj, executive for retail at Alexforbes, and we will delve into the recent entry of Alexforbes into the discretionary fund management space. As financial advisors, you understand the critical role DFMs play in providing specialized investment management services. So let's unpack this. Viresh, thank you for your time. Talk to me. What are the primary reasons behind Alexforbes' decision to enter the DFM market now?
Well, firstly, hi, Rianet, and hello to all of the viewers on this podcast. It's actually such a privilege to be able to speak to you on a subject that's actually very close to our heart, and that is simply around helping people. As part of our core business, we're out there trying to help retirement fund members and people retiring out of these retirement funds. But these capabilities that we've built, we quickly realized that there's more utilization for them, especially in the investment space, for other advisors. So first and foremost, we are an IFA, and the engine room we've built internally is something that we've used to great effect to help our clients. We're now at that point where we want to open up access to this engine room to IFAs such as yourselves, so that you get the kind of help that we're able to deliver to our own 250 advisors, through to people like yourselves to make it easier to focus on advice so that you can do the best that you can do on what you specialize in, while we take care of the investment management, the research, all the stuff that goes alongside proper investment management capabilities.
It feels like you are, and it might be a weird question, you play on both sides of the field. What is the advisor's feeling about you being an IFA and now also offering them a service?
Well, Rianet, the way that we see it is that actually best advice is in our DNA. And we're looking to work with IFAs that also believe in the principle of providing best advice. We share that common understanding, that common experience of dealing with people, of having to work with people through their ups and downs, the ups and downs of the markets, the complexities that the regulators throw, complexities of offshore investment and alternative investments. We get it because we're in the same position. And we work in different spaces. The retail market is big enough for IFAs to compete in and collaborate in many different ways. And our view is that with this ability to help, there will be IFAs who want to work with us, who see the opportunity to benefit from our scale, from our independence of all asset managers, because we are South Africa's largest multi-manager, and to benefit from the enablement capabilities that we've built for our own team to benefit their practices so that they can be unleashed and free themselves to focus on what they do best.
You are a bit of a late entrant into this space. Your comment on that?
Our view is that, yes, while there are others that have been here a little bit before us, we actually believe that it's the exact right time for an Alexforbes to enter this space. The DFM market has matured over the last, call it 5 to 10 years, and many other companies have entered. In fact, there are dozens and dozens of DFMs out there, but none that have the breadth and depth of capability that an investment solutions by Alexforbes can deliver to IFAs. We've taken our time to make sure that our models work and that they work well for a breadth of different needs. And it's actually in the name of the unit that we've set up to take this DFM to market, and it's investment solutions by Alexforbes, and the ability to actually understand an IFA's practice, their advice models, their approach to dealing with their customers and their investment aspirations is what we believe sets us apart, because that's exactly what we've done in the institutional space, where we're the largest multi-manager bar none, as well as in the retail space, where we're probably the best kept secret in the retail financial services space, with over 100 billion in assets under advice. That's substantial, and that's a base that's been built off of the engine that I've been speaking about.
What technological innovations have you integrated into your offering to enhance service delivery and efficiency? Because that's what it is about at the end of the day, right? Service delivery.
Absolutely. So IFAs who choose to partner with Investment Solutions by Alexforbes have access to the same platforms and capabilities enjoyed by clients who have invested or entrusted over 500 billion of assets to Alexforbes investments. We are enhancing those capabilities, and we're on a technological journey over the coming months and years. One of the key aspects to that is an exciting recent acquisition of Outvest from Outsurance. And we have been integrating Outvest into our own tech stack, and in the fullness of time, intend to be able to provide to IFAs who partner with us the ability to use the Outvest platform with their DFM portfolios in order to have a first of its kind digital in a box solution that otherwise would have been inaccessible to the typical IFA.
We all know competition is good, and you mentioned that there's more than enough space for everyone. But the question remains, what's your unique value proposition? In other words, why Investment Solutions by Alexforbes?
Well, I think you've actually just touched on it. It's in the name itself. We have an unparalleled capability to solution for investments. And it's on the track record, reputation, and reach that we have developed over the past almost 90 years of being in existence. Alexforbes itself turns 90 next year, but also with 26 years of investment track record and experience. We've got unmatched research capability in South Africa. Within Alexforbes, we've got the largest manager research team in the country. It's not a one-man show, it's not a two-man show, and as an IFA, if you want to deliver best advice with confidence, it is far easier to say, I've gone with the biggest and the best, with the best track record, with the best consistency, versus others who are not on as solid a foundation. And that's just locally. We have got an offshore relationship with Mercer, the world's largest multi-manager, with the world's largest manager research team, who evaluate thousands of managers across countries, across the world, and investment strategies, so that you as an IFA have unparalleled access to the best offshore research available anywhere else in the world from the comfort of your practice in South Africa by partnering with Investment Solutions by Alexforbes.
The launch was fairly recently, but I assume you've started having conversation about this change quite a while back. What are the feedback? What is the feeling that you get from the advisors that you talk to?
Well, firstly, there's the kind of questions that you've asked. Why now? Why Alexforbes? What about the competition? And I think once we've had a discussion and actually laid out the landscape and how we see the future of best advice, the reception has been unanimously positive. We're getting many inquiries already coming through to us, let alone us going out into the market itself, with lots of interest in that key proposition of crafting investment solutions. The interesting bit is that many advisors, as you'd already know, haven't planned for succession. It's the old analogy, the shoemaker's children are walking barefoot. And for many advisors, the ability to have a conversation with a large advice firm that is trusted, has a strong reputation, has strong leadership, who is visible and trusted to do the right thing consistently, creates the opportunity for further conversations around their future in their own businesses and beyond. It has been a remarkably positive few weeks since we've launched this DFM.
This is great. Viresh, you touched on succession planning. Is the conversation coming up more and more? I think people in the past, there wasn't a bigger focus as there is now on the whole succession planning story.
Yes, and I think it's a natural course of business. As entrepreneurs build assets of value and seek to have an exit path, or at the minimum, a safety net for their loved ones and beneficiaries should something happen, their willingness and appetite and openness to have conversations around, well, their options, and not to say that thou shalt or thou must, but what we have found is actually a very mature approach to having conversations together around, you get advice, we get advice. How can we get advice together? And how can we do this in a way that is sustainable now and into the future? So that's actually been very positive conversations that we've had with a number of practices to date.
Positive, very positive. A last question, it's not necessarily about your offering, but in general, what are the challenges that you pick up in the DFM space?
There are many DFMs out there, and they've been very good. Take nothing away from the incumbents. I mean, if you look at the top 5 to 10, very successful businesses and have absolutely disrupted a space that was ripe for disruption at the time. But what we have found is that each of them have their own flaws. You get certain DFMs who specialize in one end of the spectrum, and as opposed to say what we want to come to the market with is to be able to support IFAs who want to go from doing everything themselves to outsourcing the full spectrum of investment research and management so that we do it all for you and everything in between. So you get DFMs that play in pockets, not necessarily all and throughout. The other aspect is that some DFMs wish to be able to analyze an advisor's practice, but may not have the necessary skills or capabilities to do so, whereas we're coming through with an advisor impact analysis methodology and framework. And ultimately, it comes down to the ability to trust that all decisions are being made in your client's interests. Yes, we are here to make the advisor's lives and practices more efficient and easier in a number of ways, but ultimately and only to enable better outcomes for the end client. And that's often a bit that seems to have been missed in the current landscape of DFM conversations. It's around how can we help you, Mr. Advisor, which is important, but not the end goal. Our end goal is we wish to help you as a means to help your client. And if the client wins, then we all win. And that's a function of investment track record, investment communication, transparency, as well as the ability to take that need, to understand it, and translate it ultimately into an investment solution that makes sense and will continue to do so in the fullness of time.
I really like what I hear, and the most important is that the client has to win at the end of the day. A last comment to the FAnews audience, who is obviously a new audience for you too, Viresh.
Well, to the audience, it's an invitation. This launch of the DFM is one of a few different initiatives that we as Alexforbes have recently implemented to become more relevant to people like yourselves. We have shifted away perhaps from the old Alexander Forbes that many of you would have been familiar with. And this is a new era for us. It's a new way of thinking about how we can play a different role and our role and our part in the broader financial services sector in South Africa. So my message to you, and in fact, it's my request, it's my appeal to you is, let's have a conversation. Kick the tires, understand what's under the hood, and see if there is something that you think that Alexforbes can help you with. It's better to know and make an active decision than passively go on the reputation perhaps of the past, because this is a very different organization with a very different opportunity to make a difference to yourselves and to your clients.
All very exciting. Thanks, Viresh. And I really enjoyed our chat, and all the best for the road ahead. It's exciting.
No, thank you. It's been an exciting journey so far, and we're only just getting started.
This is Rianet Whitehead signing off.